Welcome to the Mesonet Weather Report. I'm Wes Lee. Spring finally has arrived this past week, and with it came some substantial winds. On Monday, wind gusts were seen reaching as high as 52 in Watonga and high 40s throughout the western counties. They continued into Tuesday with Fairview reaching the severe storm level of 58 miles per hour. Wednesday was not much better, with high winds creating a red flag warning for several counties in the northwest. High winds are not uncommon in Oklahoma during the spring months. This 15-year graph shows that the latter half of March and April typically have the highest winds recorded. The standard height for reporting winds is at 10 meters or approximately 33 feet. The anemometer that we use at that height at the Mesonet takes a wind reading every 3 seconds. These are averaged together to give us the average wind speed every 5 minutes. The fastest 3-second recording will be reported as the wind gust reading. We also get a wind direction reading every 5 minutes. A simpler sensor is installed at 1.5 meters to record wind speeds important to agriculture. Looking at a graph of the two heights for this year, we see that the taller measurement is usually about 25% higher than the one closer to the ground due to friction. Now here's Gary with a focus on rainfall conditions.
Thanks, Wes, and good morning, everyone. Well, like a broken record, we're going to talk about more improvements in the drought monitor in southeast Oklahoma and worsening drought up in northwestern Oklahoma. So let's get right to it. As we look at the map, we can now see that generally to the south and east of I-44, the drought has really abated. We have almost no drought in that region of the state. It's all across the northwestern half of the state. And some of that drought is getting worse as we see that exceptional drought and extreme drought up in the northwestern corner of the state starting to spread. So we now have exceptional drought covering almost all of the panhandle, save for the far western part of Cimarron County in the western panhandle of Oklahoma. If we take a look at the rainfall through March, at least through the 22nd, we see that it's really been quite the dud. It does show the general pattern, though, of lots of rainfall to the south and east of I-44 in general, and very little rainfall to the north and west of that line. Up in parts of northwest Oklahoma, we had less than 1/10 of an inch in Woodward and Harper County and much of the Panhandle, so certainly way too dry in that part of the state to relieve drought. If you look at that departure from normal map, well, it's pretty telling too that much of this northwestern half of the state, less than 25% of normal rainfall, and in a lot of cases, less than 10% of normal rainfall through the month thus far, at least through the 22nd. Now, our hope for further relief from the drought does come up pretty strongly as we get into April, May, and June. This data from both the short term and the long term show that 30 to 40% of our annual rainfall comes during these 3 months, April, May, and June. So if this comes through, especially up in the northwestern part of the state, hopefully we can either relieve drought or keep it at bay a little bit. So we have a lot riding on spring, our spring rainfall, especially across the northwestern half of the state. We're getting right into it as we go into the next week or two, so let's hope that we get some pretty good results. That's it for this time. We'll see you next time on the Mesonet Weather Report.